This is absolutely too much fun. I've got myself into my first painting project. I really like to paint, especially little abstracts like you see in the Say It, Display It cards. Today, I am either going to make a mess or a masterpiece. I am over this gray. This does not go with Rocky Pine Retreat. It went beautifully with Happy Haven. I am going to paint these drawers. Oh my gosh. And first I'm going to try some chalk paint. Now you saw in a previous video my rug colors. We've got some different teal colors going on. This is Cloudless. I love names like this. Caribbean, or is that Caribbean? And I can't see what that is. Maybe you can. Parrot Blue. I think I'd like to be a namer of paints someday. This one has a no name. But I am either going to make them a couple different shades of like the floor and a couple shades of the teals or whatever you want to call them, Cloudless. I'm not sure. I am going to try this paint on the back of the box here. This is my little workstation. I will be showing you that in a future video show. I like to call them shows. It just sounds fun instead of video. I don't know. They are shows, right? Entertaining maybe sometimes. But this is has my product in it, and I'll get to that later. But for now, hope you'll join me. Here, Serena and Simple Life, doing a little painting, having fun, either destroying or being decorative. I'm not sure. This is my first attempt here, and I'm using a sponge brush. I'm using chalk paint. This is French linen. I added a little water to it, and it's not, I want it to be solid like this. I like the color. I think that's going to go beautifully with the floor. But I'm going to try a different brush because, you know, chalk paint gives you that nice distressed look. And I'm not looking for distressed. I'm looking for solid. So we're going to keep trying here. This will be a better brush. I'm not sure. I don't want to go out and buy a brush. Here's my different chalk paints that I use to paint the keepsake wood boxes with Say It, Display It. In case you're interested. I don't know if this will work better. I'm going to try this one first. Oh yeah. That's the look I'm looking to achieve. I like it. I took one brush full of paint, only about, I don't know, a quarter, a little bit better than a quarter up from the brush, or from the tip of the brush. You know, really just dipped it into this bowl. I've had these forever for painting. Yep, just when you think you should throw something out, you know, you find a use for it. But I am looking for this solid. Now the question is, does this go with the floor? Because I want it to match. You know, different lighting, different times of day. I'm thinking it's not too bad. Although, I'm thinking this suede and tan might be better. So now I'm going to try acrylics and see how they take to this fabric. It is acrylic fabric paint. It's not specifically, it doesn't say on here fabric, but on the back it says it can be used on all kinds of stuff. Yeah, most surfaces, wood, fabric, we'll see. Okay, and I'm not gonna paint the sides right now because I'm gonna see how far my paint goes with those little tubes, but I am going to do another back now on a different drawer with some acrylic paint. one of those tan colors. Too happy about this color, like not at all. Okay, first I thought, oh yeah, it kind of goes with the rug, but now, oh my gosh, it doesn't go at all. And I don't think I'm trying to match with the rug so much as I am trying to match with the floor in this area. And yeah, so not happy with that pink. I've got to do something. I don't know. We may go back to this, but this doesn't feel like the right color either. Maybe because I'm putting it on the gray. I don't know. Maybe I need to go look for another color because I don't think I have any other choices in tans in here. Well, that's white. That isn't going to work. So I'm in a little bit of a dilemma because I don't think this suede color is where we should go either. It's too goldish. Okay, now that I've emptied that tube, I'm going to see if I can get the paint back in there. I hate to waste anything, but that's a, I don't like that color. I would like to know, I did get the paint back into this little tube. I just tilted this on its side and used my makeshift stir straw to guide it back into the small hole here. I'm glad I didn't put that on the drawer. I think I'm going to do a second coat with this. And then I also, back down here, I'm wondering, oh, that's just wax. I thought that was a color. Okay, I may have to go back to the store to get another paint, but I am going to continue to see what that will do with a second coat. Here it's drying, and I don't know, when you look at that and you look at the floor, they could be pretty close actually. I'm even thinking of getting like a teal decal, like just one nice flower or something to put on the front of the drawer. I think that would be fun. Little trial and error here. I decided not to put a second coat on the back because that's just wasting paint at this juncture until I know exactly what colors I'm using. And I used 2 brushfuls of paint to paint this front rather than to spread 1 brushful across the whole, across the whole area. Not happy about this plastic drawer or the plastic here that was painted. I may take that off and paint that separately. I got gook in here, and this is where I start to make a mess. I can get paint everywhere. 10 yards away from me, I can dribble paint when I'm painting. Paint when I'm painting. So I figured the only way to know about this color is to paint the front of a drawer and slide it in the box and see how it goes. And I'm definitely going to want to paint the shell of this box and get rid of all that gray too. That I will paint either this color that I'm using now, or I will go get a different color. But I'm thinking this might work. This just tones the box down. I like it. I took this little sponge brush to try to do something with that, and I don't like that. But we'll worry about that later. I got bigger fish to fry. And then I took my dish towel, well, my little rag right here, and wiped in there. That's not good. So maybe I'll put some water to it later. But that's going to be all packed with product, and I will very rarely see that. It'll just be there in my head. The perfectionist part of me. Did I show you this? That's called Retro. And a couple people have already ordered those, but I don't think that color goes with what I'm trying to achieve. So, all right, we're going to let this dry, and now we're going to try some acrylic paint. We're going to use one of the turquoise colors. Excited to try acrylic now. I don't have very much left in this. I love this name, Cloudless. And I've decided instead of just sampling the back, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to do the front because of the limited amount of paint that I have. And I'm thinking I'm going to do, if the acrylic works, I'm going to do one drawer in the Caribbean and one in the parrot blue. And then we still got this guy drying, and I'm thinking it's going to be a good color. I just don't like the handle. I'm going to have to redo that. But I think that that's going to be a nice neutral color to get away from the gray. And then put some kind of decal or a little flower or something. Just one flower on the drawer that pulls all the different teal colors together. Got a little war room going on here, and Steve Bannon, I don't know, sometimes I like to watch him in the morning. He's my talking head. Mr. Pillow Guy, yay! And look at this. I think we're getting somewhere. I used this brush now and used up all the paint. Of course, I turned this upside down. But, hello, I took the handle off, and I think I'm going to paint these all with the chalk paint after I'm all done. And that's going to work out nicely. So I'm digging it. I'm going to do two more drawers in the two different teal colors. And then I'm going to do the rest of the unit and two more drawers with the French linen chalk paint, since I've got the most of that. I'm excited. We're getting somewhere. I really like listening to Ben Harnwell. I'm not sure if it's his accent, his style. I don't know. He's on it. I like him. Just a little trivia there from Rome, Italy. Turn the overhead light out. See if the lighting would be better. And this looks like now that it's drying, it's coming through a little bit. So with the bottle turned over, I got a couple more drops, and I'm going to just dab a little bit more paint. It's kind of like I brush across and then I just dab up and down to try to fill in some of the area. But I'm really happy how this is turning out, and I'm not going to worry about the sides right now. I don't like that pink showing, but I don't have enough paint at the moment, and that can be a project for another day instead of just trying to rush through it all right now. Yeah, that's my favorite so far. Woo! What do you like? I've got a little bit more of this color than the last one. This is the parrot blue. No, this is the Caribbean. And look how it matches. I'm so excited. Matchy, matchy. I'm not always matchy, matchy, but in a small space, yes. It matches the anti-fatigue mat. One of you beautiful people got me. Thank you. So we're going to keep on painting now. Keep on painting. There's that color drying. Yeah, you can see the difference when I put it that way. And the cloudless. I think I like having a couple different colors. And I'm going to paint the sides on this one. Since my brush is still all painted up here, and I've got some left to do, or that I have leftover paint. And the part I hate the worst about painting is cleaning brushes and all the mess I make. Like that. Like, where did that come from? I don't know. I got paint and stuff everywhere right now. Your message for the day. Hold on. God knows what he's doing. Ooh, look how beautiful that is. I think that was, I don't remember. Rice Canyon, maybe? No, I'm not sure. Look at that big bird. Wow. It's a big old crow, huh? Oh, getting rid of all the pinky. Had to stretch the paint, as you can see. And I've now turned the bottle upside down to finish it off with just a little bit of touch up. But that's okay, because this is the parts of the drawers that I'm not going to really see very much. And the only thing that's really important to cover is the front. And that looks like it could probably use a little bit more paint too. I don't know, but that kind of brings out a little bit of the, I don't know, like it's tanny looking. I'm probably just making that up in the light. Just here. Like turning the ketchup upside down or squeezing the toothpaste for 10 more usages. Okay, gotta paint that a little bit more, and then we'll move on to the next color, which just happens to be Parrot Blue for the last of the blue drawers. And then we're gonna go into full tilt using the French linen to paint the whole structure, not the inside. I don't think I'll have enough paint for that right now for all those gray slots. And I'm going to paint the sides, and I've got 2 more drawers to paint with the French color. Yeah, that's the parrot, whatever. And here's the rug color, but I'm trying to go with more of the floor, actually. And I think that parrot looks like that first blue on the right. And then as we move up, we see the more like the Caribbean. I don't know. Different light, different colors. But overall, I'm pretty excited. So I'm going to finish off this one and paint the sides and the back. And then we're going to get busy after we paint 2 more drawers with the French linen. We'll get busy painting the shell. Slowly it pours out. The last of French linen. And this brush is definitely the winner. I started using the bigger brush again with the chalk paint, and it just doesn't, it's not thick enough, you know, it just spreads out too much. You can see by the bristles. So we're gonna turn this baby upside down. And this is the last, or the next to the last. I have to do the handles yet too, of the drawers. I think I'm going to do a little, I don't know, like just go down in a line on the outside of this gray, because I don't think I'm gonna have enough to paint all the insides, and I don't think it's necessary. I think that's overkill. But I don't want this gray to show up between the drawers either. The drawers. On to one of my favorites, Jaron Jackson. He is on Rumble at noon Eastern time. Love him. 2 hours of war room chatter. Couldn't pretty much tell you anything except something about the stock market and inflation. Because I've been busy painting. Jaron Jackson, tune into him if you're not already. He's awesome. Bible-believing Christian.
Yep. That's the bearer of the resurrection, Jesus Christ. It is the gospel to save. Amen.
He is a wartime veteran in Afghanistan.
There is still glory because Jesus Christ took your
Love him. I learned so much from him.
Death, burial, resurrection. Believe in that. Don't go to hell. I think.
Bottom line.
I don't mean to be critical. Let me switch out to the hat. I'll just switch out to the hat. When I was in the Army, and you know that I was in the Army because of this hat.
He was in infantry.
Yeah, that's better.
There you go.
When I was in the Army, whenever you engage targets and you do marksmanship.
All right, back to painting.
There is the need to understand who engages which target and what order you engage targets.
Top of the shell painted. I called this drawers, but this is the shell. You can see that. And here's that edge I was trying to explain. So I'm just going to do a little dab here with this small brush. Yeah, we're getting there. The drawer's all done except for 2 of these. The sides are not done yet. I got to make sure I got enough paint. I can't wait to put this all together. And I'm going to paint this side. And I'm going to paint this side. And I think I'm gonna, now 4 hours later, need to do a little drying here. Hopefully that'll smooth out. I ran out of paint. I scraped the sides with the little sponge brush. Oh my gosh. And now I'm dipping my finger in this lid to try to smooth these out a bit, but I think they need to dry before I can get another smooth look to these. It is time for some lunch. Had this as a little snack. Going to let this really dry, put it all back together, and I will show you the finished product. in a minute. Nothing like an unhealthy all-American hot dog with some cheddar cheese and some sour cream and cheddar chips after quite the morning of busyness. We'll do over here. I was just about to put these back in the boxes, and the chalk paint started all peeling off, making a crazy mess. As you can see, a little bit of the mess here. So I decided to pull out the acrylic paint and see if that might work. I'm using this suede, and I found out the one that I had painted while it was still in the box, I was painting the wrong side. These might be the backs. So I'm going to flip these over, which is a good thing because these I painted over top of the chalk paint, so who knows what's going to peel or not. And now I'll be able to just freshly paint these, and hopefully the acrylic is not going to peel off. So, oh my gosh, hours later of drying. We're almost there. Drying. I often forget that you can use a hairdryer to dry paint things. Do you paint and use a hairdryer to do a quick dry? I tell you, these little handles seem to be the most troublesome. I guess it was because of they're like a rubber plastic, and you can still see some lines here, so I don't know. I'll let them dry a little bit more and then repaint over them again. But the chalk paint I seem to have to keep going back over and over, so I don't know. I didn't think this was going to be the right color, but I'm thinking it's pretty close to what the other color was. So there you have it. What a mess. This was painted with the acrylic over top of the chalk paint. So, look at this. Just by trying to put the handle in. Oh my gosh. All right, these guys on the front, on the side that I had not painted, just have acrylic, and now I'm sealing it with this wax, but this wax is for chalk paint, and I pulled out, I don't know, spray glue. I don't think that's going to do it. And of course, on the back side of these is covered with the acrylic over top of the chalk paint that I had done first. So we're going to still be dealing with a mess on the back side. Sealing this side with acrylic. This has the two different kinds of paint, and I'm going to seal this with the wax. That's what I meant. Oh my gosh, I know this video is getting long, but live and learn. Let these babies dry. I'm going to go on a walk. I was just thinking, this is why you use places like Pinterest and YouTube. Do your research first, right? But I was always one who liked to learn things the hard way. So here you have it, and I am over it. I don't have any other tricks up my sleeve. If this wax doesn't work, I will be doing my research then. Woohoo! It's nighttime in Rocky Pine Retreat, and painting project is done. I like it. The drawers are pretty heavy with product, so it sags a little bit, but I'm going to get used to that. And these handles, well, you know, we're just going to hope for the best that they're going to dry pretty well. I was going to wait and put this all together in the morning, but that's not my style. I needed to see completion, and I think it goes beautifully with the colors right here. There you have it. And blessings in your day and in your projects, and joy in your journey. Yeah, one more thing. You know, I was thinking today, I'm so glad that I didn't have to do this at a picnic table, but I want you to think about, if you're on the road, where there's a will, there's a way. I absolutely, if I had this in my mind to change colors in Happy Haven, I would have done this in a warm climate. You know, I was in Florida or Arizona during the winter months in these past 3 years. I would have been sitting at a picnic table painting this. Now, would it have been as easy? Absolutely not, especially with these handle bugaboos. but I would have done what I could, put it all back in Happy Haven, and then maybe put it together the next day, something like that. But I absolutely would have enjoyed myself sitting at a picnic table painting. But am I grateful that I was inside today to do this? Absolutely.